Garth Brooks, one of the greatest country artists of all time, has had his fair share of ups and downs in his life. But perhaps his greatest heartbreak was the breakup of his first marriage to Sandy Mall, the woman he fell in love with in college and with whom he raised three wonderful daughters. The marriage lasted from 1986 to 2001, and its end was not only a personal loss, but also a profound pain, as he had to deal with the way he worked for a period of time, something he had always considered the center of his life. Garth has said in interviews that he felt he was not the best husband or father during the early years of his career, when the spotlight and pressure of superstardom pulled him away from his family. The sadness comes not only from being in a coma, but also from the guilt he feels as he realizes he put his career ahead of the people he loves most. In a candid address on the Ellen DeGeneres show, he once said that the feeling of losing something important when he looks back on those years still haunts him forever. It's a sadness of regret, of what might have been different if he had better balanced work and family. Moreover, the recent legal action in 2024, when he was accused by a former employee of sexual assault, which he vehemently denies, may have added a new layer of sadness as the reputation he built over decades of service is called into question. For Garth, however, the deepest sadness remains tied to the personal wounds of his family, especially the time he felt he failed as a father and husband. Garth Brooks' career is a tale of visibility, talent, and tears. Born on February 7, 1962, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Garth was not born into the limelight. He grew up in a musical family with a mother who was a country singer, but his path to success was not easy. After graduating from Oklahoma State University with a degree in advertising, Garth began his musical journey by performing small gigs at local bars. In the early days, he was often rejected by record labels, considered not unique enough for the mature country music market. However, his clarity led him to sign with Capitol Records in 1989, and his debut album, Garth Brooks, marked the beginning of a legendary dialogue. The album was certified diamond, selling over 10 million copies, a feat unique in music history. Garth's success came quickly and brilliantly. His second album, No Fences, 1990, which featured hits like Friends in Low Places and The Thunder Rolls, catapulted him to the top, becoming the first artist in history to seamlessly blend pop and rock with country music, expanding the genre's audience. He broke the Beatles' record by having 9 albums certified diamond, including Rope in the Wind, The Chase, and Double Live, the best-selling live album of all time with over 21 million copies sold. His concerts, with their explosive performances and heartfelt connections to audiences, made him a living icon of country music. His 2014 to 2017 world tour with Trisha Yearwood, which featured 390 shows in 79 cities, is the highest-grossing country tour of all time, proving his undiminished appeal after nearly 3 decades. But Garth's career has not been without its setbacks and challenges. One of the most memorable moments was the 1999 Chris Gaines project, in which he played a fictional character for a movie that never came out. The album Garth Brooks, in The Life of Chris Gaines, was critically and commercially disastrous, marking the first time he was critically and commercially dangerous. Garth has admitted that the failure made him doubt himself, and he cried a lot when faced with the pressure from critics. Another challenge was his decision to temporarily retire in 2000 to focus on raising animals, a choice that left many in the industry doubting he would ever return to the top. He burst into tears at the press conference, announcing the decision, talking about his love for his children and his fear of losing them in the midst of his career's twists and turns. His return in 2005, and then his full-fledged Las Vegas residency in 2009, was a testament to his efforts to overcome the pain and regain his footing. though not without nights when he questioned whether he still fit into the changing industry. Garth's tears were not just from failure, but from constant pain. He has spoken of sleeping in his car, performing for free to get noticed, and feeling helpless about not being able to provide for his family in his early years. It was those moments that shaped him into an artist who sang not only with his voice, but also with his heart. Garth Brooks was never one to settle for less. He set big goals, not only for himself, but also for his family and community. One of his greatest accomplishments was to be the best father he could be. When he retired in 2000, it was not only a personal decision, but also a commitment to Taylor, August, and Allie, the three daughters he considered the heart of his life. He spent 14 years picking up his children every day, making sure they always found their parents present, even at the cost of putting his career on hold. The result, he said, surpasses any award. Musically, Garth always wanted to return to a timeless product. He achieved that by becoming the only artist in history to have 9 diamond albums, a record that even legends like the Beatles have not reached. He also works tirelessly to bring country music to the world, organizing epic tours and creating innovative performances to connect with audiences everywhere. The construction of Friends in Low Places Bar and Honky Tonk in Nashville in 2023 is another accomplishment he is proud of, turning it into a space to celebrate country music and his love for his fans. In addition, Garth is also active in charity work. He founded the Teammates for Kids Foundation in 1999, donated millions of dollars to organizations that support children, and regularly participates in disaster relief events with Trisha Yearwood. For him, success is not just about fame or money, but he can use music to spread good things. Garth Brooks' Love and Kiss was a moving, emotional affair. He met Sandy Mall when they were both students at Oklahoma State University, where he worked as a bouncer at a bar, and she was one of the customers he had to handle in a life of abuse. They ended their marriage in 1986, and their love produced 3 wonderful girls: Taylor, 1992, August, 1994, and Allie, 1996. However, the marriage could not overcome the power of Garth's explosive career. When he met Trisha Yearwood in 1987, he confessed that he felt like I just had a wife, even though he had been married to Sandy for 13 months. This inner steadfastness was a great sorrow, as he tried to hold on to the marriage but could not deny his feelings for Trisha. The marriage to Sandy in 2001, although peaceful, left behind the pain of failure and a sense of guilt toward his children. The second marriage to Trisha Yearwood, which began in 2005, was a much more beautiful story. They met when neither was famous, and their decades-long friendship became the foundation for a deep love. Garth proposed to Trisha in front of 7,000 people in Bakersfield, California, and from then on, they were never apart for more than a few days. However, even in this relationship, Garth was not immune to sadness. When Trisha contracted COVID-19 in 2021, he was very worried, even criticizing her, even though she tried to take him out to protect his health. The sadness in Garth's love was not betrayal or breakup, but the fear of losing the person he loved most. Garth Brooks is the father of 3 girls: Taylor Maine Pearl, August Anna, and Allie Colleen. Taylor, born in 1992, is the eldest and has led a private life, studying history at Oklahoma State University and then earning a Master of Divinity degree at Vanderbilt. August, born in 1994, gave Garth the joy of grandfatherhood when she gave birth to daughter Carolyn in 2013, although she seemed to worry him about her impulsive decisions as a young woman. Allie, born in 1996, followed her father's musical path, graduating from Belmont University and releasing her debut album Stones in 2021, much to Garth's pride. Garth has always made fatherhood a top priority. He retired for 14 years to be with his children, taking them to and from school every day and building a close relationship. Although he and Trisha did not have any children together, they raised the three girls together as a united family, with Trisha playing the loving role of bonus mother. Trisha Yearwood, Garth's partner and confidant since 2005, has often spoken about the depth of his soul, including the sadness he carries. In a 2021 interview with She Knows, Trisha said that Garth is someone who is always thinking about how to make other people's lives better. But she also recognized that he carries sadness from years of feeling like he wasn't good enough for his first family. She once said that Garth often talks about regrets for the moments he missed when they were kids, and that it brings him to tears even when he finds happiness with her. Trisha also emphasized that Garth's sadness doesn't make him weak, but rather inspires him to be a more devoted husband and father. When it comes to the 2024 lawsuit, Trisha stands by him and affirms his belief in truth, implying that the sadness of these arguments is temporary compared to the strength of their love for each other. Garth Brooks is the trickster of beautiful tough guys, a heartbroken superstar, a devoted father who made mistakes, and a husband who found true love after loss. His greatest sorrow, the breakup of his first family, has shaped him into a man who cherishes every moment with Trisha and their children. His career is a testament to his talent and drive, while his love for Trisha is proof that happiness can come after storms. For Garth, life is not just about hits and awards, but about the journey through.